So welcome back to another video. I've just quickly wet the surface of the paper, just roughly with this number 30 Graduate Daily Round brush. Just trying this brush out. Very cheap, £2.50 this brush was in the range in the UK, but they were selling all of their graduate brushes for £2.50, so I picked up this number 4 round and this number 30 wash brush. So anyway, just want to experiment with some granulating pigments. We've got some ivory black in here. I touch in some of this. Can make a nice grey sky wash, so kind of warm. So pop some of that in with another granulating colour, which is ultramarine blue. And pop that in and let it do its own thing. Let it run down, as you can see. Another granulating colour. Get the picture. This is raw sienna. Pop that in into the sky, running down, and then I'm going to come in with some green apatite, genuine. Such a long name. This is from Daniel Smith. All the rest are Winsor and Newton. Colours are using today. Just encourage that to touch in this slightly. Just to blend and bleed. Now, the granulating properties of this particular green are fantastic. Just get some wet into wet there and let that bleed back. Touching some here as well. Just go a bit stronger. Okay, just going to let that do its own thing. Don't like to waste this paint because it's an expensive paint, Daniel Smith, in comparison to most other paints. But it does go a long way. A little goes a long way, so perhaps it's not that expensive after all. So I'm just making this up, it's just a practice. I'm just going to see something happening here, which I'm going to utilise. It looks a bit like water. So I'll just pop this in here. And we'll just say that this is some water going on in here. This is a bank. We've got some distance, maybe sky. We'll see how this all works out. So that's the first wash, and we'll just wait for this to dry. Except I just want to pop in some of this ivory black, which is a great granulating colour. Just let this wash in. See what effects this creates into the apatite green, genuine. I need to encourage some darker tones. There we go. And then just let this bleed down and see what happens. There we go. Just going to touch that there. Let's just sort this out. Come round on this white and do this quite carefully. Just taking out the back. There we go. Okay, gotta let this dry. I'm just going to pop in a touch of blue though. It's ultramarine. Any of these three blues are all granulating blues. We've got cerulean, cobalt, It's a grey blue. It's a green blue cerulean. And the ultramarine. So any and all of these will work nicely in here. I do use cerulean a lot for skies. Cobalt I tend to use a lot for distance, like distant trees or distant mountain, just something in the background there. Anyway, just going to let this dry, and we'll be back when it's dry. I said I was going to wait for it to dry, but I've changed my mind. Sitting there thinking I'm just going to take out some of this pigment here. Just got to be careful not to go too mad. Just encourage it a little bit lighter here. And I just want to pop in some more colour. This is really granulating lovely, so the combination of this ivory black and the apatite green is beautiful. You just have to kind of let this do its own thing. The other colour I want to pop in here is some burnt sienna, just to warm up. Strong colour, but again we'll let it do its own thing. Blending and bleeding in, and see where this leads. I'll encourage a bit more granulation in there with this ivory black. And as we say, we'll see where that leads as well. Put some moisture down here. Let's take out some of these. There we go, let's make it flow a bit. Let's pop in some water along here and just let this flow. Some cadmium, just a touch in there, see what happens. Mix in some of the apatite and again some of the ivory. Now the other thing I'm going to do while this is doing this whole thing is I've got some salt here. You probably can't see that. Tiny granules of salt, just normal table salt. Just going to pop some of those in. And see what happens. You can get different size salts or create different effects. This is quite a fine salt. A couple of these edges are being lost a little bit now. So I just want to strengthen these up a bit. Quite like this edge here. It's quite a strong edge, this one. Off to the white of the paper. Now I did prop this board up a little bit, and I'm now going to take it down again, so encourage it to gravity to move down. All this is still damp. It's going to take ages. I said we're going to dry it, but it is quite damp here. Still the ivory black, just a touch in there. Just let it do its own thing. drop in a... Now I know that some parts of this is going to bleed off. This is all ivory black. Just going to pop a little tree in here. I know this part of the white of the paper is quite dry. It's quite nice to get lost and found edges. Just pop that in there for the moment. And I'm just going to leave that. And let that dry off, and then we'll come back into this and work on this a bit more when it's dry. So this is almost dry. The sky is certainly dry enough. I'm just going to come in with the ivory black mixture on this number 4 round brush and just pop in some of the branches. Cat in the background as normal, trying to get in for a drink. So we're kind of almost done here now. Just lifting off. Don't want to go too nuts with this, but it's quite easy to get carried away. The salt now is granulated nicely in here. It's just dispersing some of the pigment. Obviously we've used all granulating colours in various combinations, and I'm just going to keep that really simple. Let's just cover this over and just drop in a touch more of this mixture here. So green, now mixed in with the ivory black. So the ivory black and the apatite green, and a touch of, if we can get it liquid enough, there we go, a touch of the ultramarine. So I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration. As you can see, very simple approach, using the textures that the paint creates, adding a touch of salt. There's a little bit of granulation medium in there. The one I use is the Winsor & Newton granulation medium, looks like this. But that granulation medium was, let's just zoom out a touch, was already in a green mixture that I had down here. There's some granulation mixture, so that was just popped in. And that's it. Excuse me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Remember to comment, to like. Take care, and happy painting.